Welcome to History Time. My name is Kafui Dey, and we're continuing our focus on the events of 1979. What was it like to be a business person invited to speak to the tribunals in that time, in that year? Well, I have such a person who lived through the experiences of 1979, business person, philanthropist, also a politician. And right now, at the ripe and beautiful age of 93, with all the clarity of all those experiences in her mind, my guest is Madam Mary Otoo. Welcome to History Time. It's good to have you here.
Nice to talk to you.
Fantastic. We're going to start from, we'll get to 1979, but I want to start from the beginning. Just tell us about who you were, who your parents were, and the circumstances of your birth.
I was born in Esikadu. My parents' name were Mrs. Elizabeth Otoo, popularly known as Benaba, because she was a big trader.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a carpenter. My mother had 11 children, but only 4 of us survived. She was an entrepreneur. She was the first woman to buy a bone shaker, these wooden trucks,
Yeah.
and was going to cater for onions. That time, there were no onions in the Western region.
So she was moving from Western region to Walker region?
Yes.
To buy onions. Okay.
And anytime she had a baby, a girl child, the girl child would die. 4 of them died, girls. So she bought bread and took it to cater, started distributing it. When she got to one of the old ladies, the old lady stopped her and said, "Look, you have a problem." My mother didn't know what the problem was. She said, "Each time you gave birth to a baby girl, she dies, isn't it?" My mother said, "Yes." Said, "Okay, go. This time, you're going to have a baby girl. She will never die." And it's me. That time she was 50.
She had you at 50?
50 years. She never expected anything. So when they gave birth to me, they took me to, in Esikal, we have Aigbe town.
Mm-hmm.
Awas were living there.
Exactly.
So they took me, then they bought me. So they named me Ama Mawu Nyega.
Ama, God is great.
Yes.
Mawu Nyega indeed.
Yes.
What a story. Your mother never knew this woman?
No.
Who spoke to her like that?
No. She was just working on the onions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, old people were working on onions in
that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, as a child, my childhood was my mother doubted whether I was going to live.
This is 1930. You were born in 1930.
Yes. So she would leave me to go to villages to go and sell her clothes. When you ask her, "Benaba, why did you leave your daughter so? This one is also going to die. Let me trade and get my money so that when I'm old, I'll give my money for somebody for services."
But you survived.
And I survived. So I was doing things like a boy. So a childhood friend, they called Amekwa Insua, called my father and said, "Look, what you are doing to your daughter, it will not help you in the future. She's not washing, she's doing all that." And but no. So this one I arranged with my father. And this woman had no money. So she told my mother that she needed some money. They got the money as a loan from my mother. Mm-hmm. Before my mother came 3 weeks later, they had taken me to the boarding school, Ola Senior Boarding School.
How old were you then?
I was 12 or 13. To be a boarder, they have taken me away. So
were you already going through? Had you gone through primary school already?
Yes, okay. I was going to school, but I was nyama girl. So my mother she was so annoyed with her friend
for taking you to boarding school,
for not seeing me. My mother's friend didn't bother about my mother. She just said, "You crazy? I said, come and do whatever you want to do."
What was boarding school like in the early 40s?
Beautiful. But I didn't find it beautiful because I was a small child. The first day they put me into the dining hall, I broke 3 plates. I've never washed plates before. maid servants were doing. We called them those days maid servants. So I didn't like it. I was not an orderly person, disorderly. You know, I put my pants here, I put my shoe here, and you dare not talk. My mother had a sister who had only one daughter. So even if I eat and I don't wash, they said they shouldn't talk because the food will do something to me. So I was a small child.
Did boarding school change you?
Papa, each time I misbehaved, the Reverend sisters, I had never painted in my life. They will give, now I'm a very good painter. And all my children, my grandchildren can paint. They send me to the toilet to go and paint. They won't let me paint outside home, to the toilet room. So when I went the second time, I asked my mother to bring me whitewash. He said, what for? I said, you bring me whitewash. She brought it. And before she came back from the shop, I've painted the whole house.
What was her reaction?
She didn't know what to say. So you went to call for the friend. Ekua, thank you. Ekua. You know, you can imagine. Then the friend will say, you know, because they were a childhood friend.
They could talk like that. You didn't want to send your child to school. So, what were your subjects? What subject did you enjoy in school when you were in secondary
English.
school? You loved English?
Yes, because even before I went to the boarding school, I was taking the Reverend Sisters round. We were going around visiting the Catholic members. I was speaking. I was an interpreter.
Okay.
At that age.
Fancy into English.
Yes, fancy into English. So as for English, my children have picked it.
Did you enjoy any particular authors, any poems that you can still remember from that time?
Many. Should I recite one?
Yes, I'd love to hear.
I fell into grief and began to complain. Companions were queer and acquaintances cold. They gave me ill counsel and never rendered their gold. Let them go, I exclaimed. To trust in the world is to build on the sand. Trust but no one than your good right hand. Many.
Powerful.
Many.
So you enjoyed English a lot?
A lot.
And then you finished secondary school. What happened? When did you become politically aware of what was going on?
When Nkrumah came, you called me Mary Otoo. Wrong answer. Nobody knows me as Mary Otoo.
What did they know you as?
Ama Soma.
Ama Soma.
Yes.
This is your Ghanaian name.
Yes.
So what does Soma mean?
We all change our names. A sender. A good sender.
Okay,
Yeah,
Soma.
somebody.
So
Soma.
Yes, to send.
So we were there. We went Kwesi Plunge in Cape Coast. Went to follow Nkrumah. So he spread the news to us. So we all became politically inclined.
By this time, was CPP formed?
No.
Not yet. It was still with UGCC.
It was coming. They had not allowed Nkrumah to form the CPP. So it was UGCC
United Gold Coast Convention.
So I came out. There was a debate in school, and for and against some government, and I was for 4. So the sisters sacked me after they were white. So they sacked me from school after the debate. I said, bravo, that's good for me.
You won the debate?
I won the debate. So they thought I was instigating the children. So they sacked me.
Oh.
So Nana Katia came to the school.
That was the chief of Esikado.
The chief of Esikado, my cousin. He drove all the way from Esikado to Cape Coast. He said, come and take off all your buildings on my land if you don't take my cousin back. Because the Kalu school in Sekeni Takradi is at Esikado. So come and I want to see come and pull down all your buildings. I need my land. So they reinstated me back.
Good negotiation.
But the thing was burning in me. As a child, my father is like that. I took to my father. My father doesn't take sides with wrongdoing. He's like that. Everybody knows him to be that. Even when he judges a case, those days the judges were white. High Court judge, he judged the case. and the people did not understand. So they made an appeal, and the judge gave the same ruling as my judgment. I'll remember the judge's name.
So your father stood for the right,
yes,
no matter what.
Yes,
and you think you took that from him?
Yes, took it from him.
Okay.
And some of my children have taken it, especially my last child, my last daughter.
She doesn't stand for wrong. Boom.
Straight.
Yeah.
So
you came back to school?
I came back to school and I went away. I went away after the last year. I went away to follow the struggle. So at that time, the secondary was hot. The Western region was hot. Dying from Nkrumah to come out from UGCC to form CPP. So I started.
You were just a teenager? Or?
I was a teenager. But when they called me Mary Ama or whatever.
The singer, South African singer.
They named me Yasantua. They gave me all sorts of names. And Kumasi was very hot. And it was my target there.
You went to Kumasi?
Well, Kumasi, when I'm on the platform, you lie.
What did you say on the platform? Give me a sense of what you said. I mean, when you get on the platform, what do you...
We are fed up with you. You came to rob us. You came to deceive our elderly. I say you must go pack your appendages, your rulings, we don't care who you are. Go for, let us eat our gari and whatever. The things I said there, and people will, for 15 minutes, they would not even let me speak when I came on the platform. So I made Acheford win his seat. Acheford was sharing one wall, common wall with Bedu, Atebedu or whoever. But I made him win because when I stand on the platform,
so you were like a foot soldier.
I was more than
a foot soldier.
Hot,
very hot.
Hot. I can stand on the platform for 15 minutes and people will let me talk. My presence, very Trimiti Makiba.
Short hairstyle.
Yes. And beautiful.
And tall. You're
tall, I was.
Yes.
And English was flowing. We are done fancy. Wabo Obanaba. Ama Soma. Then I will start.
You're not even 20
So there was a time they banned us from using the Prempeh. They said, okay, if you are not giving us the hall, we are standing in front of the hall. At one time, they wanted to kill me.
Really? How did you know that?
My cousin was living near the Prempeh Hall. And after the lecture, she wanted me to come to her, proud of me. So she wanted everybody to. So the room was just one room with 7 children. So I was sleeping outside the room. I heard some people lifting me up. A drunken man said, hey. So they put me down. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Lots of adventures.
Yes.
You were just not even
so
20.
My mother heard this and she nearly died. She wanted me to stop. I said, I won't stop. Then Nkrumah, CPP was born in Saltpond.
Yes, in 49.
Under palm trees. Coconut
trees in Saltpond. Yeah.
Saltpond.
But before CPP, 1948, the riots, where were you?
The riot. Yes. I was an Ebony.
Yes.
I was in.
You were in part of the riot?
I was in. I was just coming to put my feet in.
Hey.
And people were coming to me. Soma, I say, hey, that kind of thing.
So this Sergeant Ajete and all.
Oh, I was in. And that made us crazy.
When they killed those
that made the Western people, because most of the boys from the Western were ex-police, ex-servicemen.
Okay, from the colonial.
And they had formed it already. They had formed it already. So we were like, something in the dark, but you see. So when the incident happened,
yes,
that triggered off. And we used Metro. One of our colleagues was sacked in Metro, Accra. So the chairman of the TUC for Ghana was Pobi Baini, yes, Alfred Pobi Baini. He used that they should reinstate uh, uh, the fellow who was sacked in Accra, and they wouldn't. So he went round the country to declare positive action.
Right as a result from that action in
Yes,
48.
yes, yes.
So how did that reflect in Western region?
Because we were crazy, more than crazy than all the regions. It was hot. The songs, children would meet. Kwame Nkrumah sorrow one and only listen. Everywhere Kwame Nkrumah. Everywhere Kwame Nkrumah. You know, so many songs. So many songs.
So
children were playing with nothing but songs. Kwesi Lamte, Obokwa Assembly, CPP, Obokwa children everywhere. What's happening? And you be announcing people. There are some songs if that are not familiar, I will sing it later. You know.
So the political fervor was running through all the people, the young people.
Everybody, two people meeting, young men everywhere. So I'm telling you that it was the Western region, and therefore Esikado that motivated all that we brought positive action into being for to topple down the white man.
When did the railway strikes happen in the Western regions?
I can't remember the date, but cocoa was not going, timber was not going, bauxite was not going, gold was not. Name them.
As part of the action to
force positive. And Pobibaine was arrested. That made matters worse. He was a train driver, but the chairman of the TUC in the Western region. So he was arrested. Texinokra was arrested. Anthony Wood, who became the managing director of social state insurance.
Okay.
I fought for him to be elected. You know what Nkrumah did? When he came, before even he became the prime minister, he wanted, he said Ghana belongs to all. So if you are an Ewe, he will let a Fanti come and stand election. So that I will come to that later. So when the CPP was formed, then we had the view. We go to villages. When we go, we make the tigari or the fetish priest. Villages, they believe in their fetish.
Yes.
We make you the chairman. Anybody who can read and write, we make you a secretary. Then you go to another village.
That was the organization?
Yes.
So you covered the whole of Western region?
Yeah, Western, we were at the border. I know all those places. Because you Nkrumah know. I know that. If we don't get a fetish priest, the chief, you make you a patron. So if your clerk can read and write, let him be the secretary.
Straight up.
So he will take us their staff and he will lead us to another village. So we conquered all the villages. There was nothing. So
those election results we see with CPP winning a lot of seats, it was because of all this action on the ground.
Yeah. Anthony Wood, Texinokra, Mr. Sando, Mr. Rule, Pobibaine, Ama Soma. Madam Ama Nkrumah was not Ama Nkrumah. He became Ama Nkrumah when we won Nkrumah. But before then, he was another dynamic woman, I would say. Literate as she was, she fought. So we have a place we would meet. Bottom Tree. When we go to Bottom Tree,
what happens there?
Then everybody is gingered. Everybody. We don't want to close the meeting. It's something I cannot describe.
These were exciting times. And you were like early 20s. You were young. And
my mother, being the only daughter,
your mother was scared.
Was scared. Because sometimes they can buga and they come to beat us.
Who will come to beat you?
The police.
The white police.
Yes, no.
The white men will give orders to the black guys.
Not meet.
Yes, and they
won't give us license to meet.
Yeah.
So we will do it.
Were you ever beaten?
Papa, one day they beat me and I ran into a shop called John Holt. The manager there was pushing me out. After independence, he became the mayor of Sekenita Kradi. So I went to him. I said, Mr. Kenya, you see, monkey, I have worked. Bamboo, you are chopping. You are now the mayor of Sekenita Kradi. You pushed me out of your shop for people to beat me.
Oh.
When Chimes Ankra was charged for killing a comrade, we had gone to Subin for a rally. So Chumeka Sankra was a bachelor. So he had come and was eating his bread and was using the bread knife to paste the bread with butter or something. They came to attack him. So he in despair, used the knife and choked one of them. He died. They couldn't try the case in Kumasi because that time the Kumasi too was hot with CPP. So they brought him to secondary. That time, I had gone to work for Morning Telegraph as a reporter.
Oh, you were a journalist also?
Yes. Everywhere. So we were reporting the case when the judge was white. So all we heard was, Buga! Buga means beat them. So I ran and there was a shop, John Holt. The man said, you are a girl and look at you. Get out of my shop. 50 years later, here's this man.
He becomes a mayor.
A mayor of Sekenita. I said, Mr. K, I walked to him in his office. I said, Mr. Mayor, you see, monkey, I have worked. Babu,
you the job.
Was
there a time that you were really, you talked about that. Were you really scared? I
was not scared.
You're not scared?
I don't know what came in me.
So this political life.
When I come from Trek, there's another letter for me to go to. There's somewhere in Ghana, I don't know.
Who was sending the letters for you to move?
The people.
The CPP.
The CPP people, the officers. At that time, Nkrumah, has established CPP and we were not on good grounds. So we have to rally the people.
Describe the day you met Kwame Nkrumah for the first time.
He had heard from me about me and didn't know me in person. So one day, we went to Obuasi and I was a little bit late. Nkrumah was on the platform. So people from in Obuasi, they know me because of Kumasi. Some of them know. So when I started coming, they said, hey, Yasanto Bo, Bunshano. Nkrumah was, hey, are you the Ama Soma? I said, yes. Hey, Mone Juba. You know Nkrumah's fanti.
You've done well.
Nkrumah's fanti.
Yes.
Why you did? Hey, Matthew,
I've heard about you.
I've heard about you. Huh?
He was impressed.
So much impressed. And when I spoke, that day, Nana Kese was there. Nana came to the rally. That time, Nana had disclosed his identity as the only chief supporting Nkrumah. So that day, Nana Kese was on the platform. I was so proud. He didn't know what he
can imagine.
Say.
Because you're related to him as well.
Yes. My father is a nephew to my father.
Yeah. What was Kwame Nkrumah like?
When my father's only sister died, it was the Nankese's father who inherited this thing. So close.
You're very, very close.
Yeah.
What was Osagyefo like as a person?
Osagyefo was a very humble person. But if you want to joke with him about independence, you would have it. I don't want to go further.
He's a humble person.
Humble.
But don't joke about independence.
But don't joke with his mission. When he wants something done, don't come and say, sir, do it.
Action.
And it will work.
A man of action.
Man of action. And he hates lies. And say Kwame Nkrumah mpenya kodwisa.
No lies.
Come and tell him the truth. Papa, mukura here on your feet. Remember that.
Don't lie to people.
Later on, people started like Ambushanke around that they started that, and he didn't see. That was what led to his downfall.
Can you remember Independence Day, 6 March 57?
Papa.
Where were you?
Walasha.
You were in Accra?
No.
You're in Western?
Second year, he had the papa more than Accra.
Uh-huh.
Our independence was more than Accra.
For real?
With Bobby Nanankase himself.
The chief, Sekadao.
So some chiefs were forced, his sub-chiefs were forced to. And it happened on his own grounds. Yeah, railway grounds, we call it. But technocrat, the big...
Western region people.
Yeah, Western region, the big six.
So where did you celebrate it? I mean, because by then there was no TV.
People came,
okay, traditional.
Okay. Asafo. Food. People were giving us dashing food. The children. 100 people, children here. 20 people, 20 children here. And
you sing it. Remember some of the songs?
Abira Britons in the Domri Ghana man. Nkrumah sir. Kasachre ewazi. Na ewazi. Kasachre Kwame Dey. Onkunkwa kankwenyim. Ye surodom. Ye surodom. Sabreton. Osi. Ozenumponkwa ritu yana. Ye Nkrumah nama. Ye surodom. Kwame Nkrumah yebio wana no yin se onu wa yebia man no saji fu baba CPP yeri frewo CPP abajina Nkrumah yebia man saji fu baba Nkrumah yo aya man saji fu baba plenty I remember
beautiful songs.
Yeah,
gingering the people up.
Ike Kuma Mr. Ike Kuma was a train driver station master. He was even crazy than he resigned immediately.
On Independence Day?
People were resigning to come and follow Kwame, to come and join the CPP.
Wow.
Just voluntary. They were not taking food, money, pay. No, so I was not taking anything from. I would rather come to my mother, take money and go.
By 57, you were 27 years old.
Yes.
What were you doing? 26?
Nkrumah.
That was your work?
Yes.
Full-time political activist?
Until my mother said, look, hey, you have to get married. So I got married, 25 years, and I had my children. I had 3 children at first. So it's unfortunate. As soon as we had independence, I quit.
You quit politics?
Yes. All I wanted to know is that Ghana is free.
So that was the mission.
Yeah. So by 27, I had my children and I was still enjoying the popularity and the Ama Soma popularity and going to rallies,
But you're no longer active.
No active.
So what did you do? I mean,
then I started trading.
Okay. What did you sell first?
My mother was cloth seller.
Okay.
So she was trading with UAC, UTC, GB Olivant, AG Leventis, that became GNTC. So she gave me all the passbooks. And so she was old. So I took up and I was selling to the railway people. I conquered all the schools in the Western region. And in Sekeni Takoradi, they were buying from me.
And your reputation to help?
Yes.
Ama Soma brand. You were a brand on your own.
So I was making money.
We read from the history books that in the beginning, after independence, things were good, and then things started going down. When this Preventive Detention Act and all that stuff.
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
Yes, because of certain reasons. But Nkrumah, well.
You don't want to talk about it?
I won't.
So when the coup happened in '66, where were you?
When the coup happened, no, let me talk about what happened.
Before '66.
No, the positive action.
Yes.
So when they declared the curfew, Nana went to the police. Nana
Okay.
Kasia,
Okay.
the fourth. This one is the fifth.
Yeah, yeah. Current one is
The
fifth.
fourth
His uncle.
went to the police station to tell the police commander. He was a white man. Forgot
This was
his
before.
name.
This was
Yeah.
before independence.
Yes.
Okay.
Before independence. That most of my people don't have toilets in their homes. What about when they want to go to toilet? So the man told Nana Katia to come home back and that he was going to give him a reply. For all we saw, a troop, a contingent of about 400 policemen that marched. That time, the railway people have gathered in front of Nana's house, waiting for a reply from the commander. So, some few yards from Nana, he started, Nana Kwame Nkrumah. Nana said, yes. I command you to disperse your crowd. So Nana too said boldly, I also command you to take your fleet back.
He was ordering the police boss.
Yes. So immediately he said that.
Whistle.
He whistled. So they started beating us.
That was a sign.
Beating us. That time, Nana was about to come to Dodua for the chieftaincy. This thing. So with all the regalia from the stool, they stole all.
Oh wow!
So so they arrested him. They beat him until his death. He was bleeding from his nose. Anytime there is cold,
wow.
yes. So there was a man called Mr. Yankee. He was an ex-serviceman in the third world. I don't know whether he has juju or not. I don't know. When he bent down to Nana had then collapsed, so he bent down to pull Nana from them. All the sticks they beat Mr. Yankee with, they broke.
They all broke.
So he was able to manage to bring Nana to one of the rooms in the palace. So I rushed to him. So I was standing by him. During which time the police were spoiling them, destroying the windows and everything. So Nana said, Soma, I said, Nana, call me lawyer, so and so. I said, he's an enemy. All the lawyers were against CDP. Call me lawyer William. Nah. Call me lawyer Blay. Nah. So the police found out that Nana was in that room because we were talking. So when they came, my aunt, one of my aunts, Munifun, her head was parted. Still. Yes, bleeding. So blood was all
over the place.
And blood was oozing from Nana's nose. And I stood there with some scratches in Yama. So he said, one of the policemen said, you.
He was trying to intimidate you.
But he did. I was so beautiful, so he couldn't hit me.
Yeah.
So they dragged Nana away.
You suffered a lot during
this. Yes, Nana suffered.
The pre-independent. All of you suffered.
Yes, I suffered.
Yeah, there's a lot of suffering. Physical pain.
Yeah. Physical pain. They would beat us. But the following day we are going to meet.
Yeah, because you had to get independence.
They couldn't stop us. We were unstoppable.
And then the coup stopped Kwame Nkrumah.
Yes.
How did you feel as a CPP member? You were no longer active, but the coup happened. Yes. How did you hear about the coup?
When I heard about the coup,
were you in Western?
I was then. Yes, I was then having a shop of my own. So the people were passing. We didn't like the coup anyway. The Western did not enjoy the coup.
Of course.
So they thought they would arrest me, but they couldn't. They wouldn't arrest me because after the independence, I was no more in politics. So I was free, going up and down. We didn't like the coup.
Were you sad?
Very, because we knew what Nkrumah stood for.
What did he stand for?
Nkrumah. I wouldn't say.
Apart from independence and
I wouldn't
that
say.
stuff.
He wanted the Ghanaian to be a Ghanaian. He wanted the Ghanaian to be proud of himself. He wanted the Ghanaian to eschew or pretend to be white. So he put it All of us, or not his followers alone. The whole people stopped wearing trousers and all. They were even wearing clothes to work. They stopped eating nyama nyama salad, nyama nyama. Banku and tilapia and momai and all that. This time. You know, he imbued something into us. You can't describe it. You can't describe it. Yeah. Yeah,
You're a black person, it's a black person.
You're a black person. Don't pretend. And that the white man is your enemy. He's a thief. All sorts of things we black. He made us feel that. And also the I don't know three prophet then. I don't know to him. Even not to him. Friend.
The young pioneers?
Young pioneers.
Young pioneers.
You know, I must remember as I grow. A little fellow follows me. I'm living for the years to be. For that little child is watching me. A careful man I ought to be. Because that little fellow is watching me. As long as Ghana is for my good. Come, little child, and follow me.
This is a young pioneer song. So they're using music to get
Come,
the messages.
little child, and follow me. So everybody was conscious that Ghana belongs to him. So you wouldn't destroy the property of the government. You know it's for you. That's what he put into us.
So when he was overthrown, and then all these reports started coming out saying that he had stolen money, he was a wicked person.
Where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the money? Look, go to his mother's place. An uncompleted building. A building he started, he could not complete. Is there. People are using it to put the toilet in. Where is the money? His birthplace, he didn't even build. He says he didn't come from Kafui. He came for Ghana. Go and see right now. I'm challenging you. Yes, go
I've been outside.
You've been there. Yeah. Why didn't he build for himself? Why didn't he build a mansion for his mother? After they put his mother in estate.
Estate.
Why didn't Nkrumah build for his mother? If he has stolen the money, I wouldn't like to go there.
Did you want him to come back when he was in?
Everybody, not me.
You were expecting him to come back?
The crowd wanted him to come back.
So when you heard...
all the things they did, the demonstrations, were all paid for. I don't want to go there.
And so when you heard that he passed away in 1972, how did that set you?
Sad. I told you, I went to a village in America with my son. A village of about 20 huts. Going to buy goat. My son used to feed Sekenita Kradi people in Denver. I was sitting down when a girl of about 30, white girl came. I was in my native cloth. You come from Africa? I said, yes. Which part of Africa? I said, Ghana. The girl started jumping. Kwame Nkrumah.
The little white girl.
Remote. Okay. Remote. A village of about 20 houses.
So when they brought Sajifu's body from
I couldn't go.
You couldn't go to the funeral?
I couldn't. You don't know how I felt. Because if you knew and you are not a selfish person and you truly loved your country, you should be mourning Nkrumah right now. Even now.
You couldn't go to the funeral?
I had money. I had a car. I could employ a driver. I used to, that time I had tipper trucks. I should have gone. I didn't go. Because here we are. this is not where we should be. Honestly. This is not where we should be. But we are there. Country broke, oh, no broke, oh. We all day inside. I end my case there.
So he came back in 72, by which time John Achampo had already taken over the government from the Busia period.
Yeah.
I mean, the Busia period, how did business go for you? 69 to 72?
Yes, I was doing my trading.
The cloth?
The cloth trading.
Okay.
And strangely enough, Ukraine, Colonel Ukraine, what's his name?
Yes.
Sister duped me, Florence. She duped me. But, so I came back to square one. And Nana, that time, after the coup, Nana had brought a boat, a big boat.
Nana Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah. And so she made me, she put me in charge of the boat.
You in charge of the boat? Okay.
And the boat went to Dakar, didn't go to the territory of the you know, we have boundaries.
Yes. This is like a fishing trawler?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Minister of House and Fisheries pulled our boat, the next boat, into their territory and arrested. If you have arrested a boat, you must try him. You must try the captain. Instead, they called the owner of the boat to come and pull his boat back. So I was stranded, no money, with 7 children. The boat had 6 Italians and 5 Ghanaians. I was feeding them with the little money I had. So I was broke.
Down.
Then the little money I had, I went to Kingsway. They were having sales. When I went there and I was buying, I found a very beautiful lady with a very buffy a son. And she wanted to try a brassiere on, but the son did not allow. So I went and I asked her to put the child behind me. So I put, when I came out, the breeze made the child sleep. I was standing waiting for her to do her thing, to come for her child. When a short man came and said, so I beckoned and said, oh, he's the father. So I gave the child. But the lady was in black, not knowing she has lost her mother a month or 2 ago. So she telephoned to her sister. I took my goods I bought from the Kingsway to the last department to go and sell because they were reduced items. So the telephonist started shouting, the telephonist, Evelyn. So I went to her and said, why are you shouting in the office? You are a lady, so you don't know what has happened. Don't you see me in black? My mother who died came to Kingsway to take my sister's son. It didn't click. But later on, it clicked. Then I went to her and said, is the child called Francis? Because all the time the lady was saying, Francis, stop Francis. So they said, yes, Francis. I said, your sister is more beautiful than you are. She said, yes. So I said, look, it's not your mother's ghost, it's me.
You were the one who carried it.
Auntie Mary, I'm a joker too. She said, Auntie Mary, if you haven't paid them all, I will be the Miss Miss Mara. So she called her sister that the woman who carried Francis is here. He said, no. So, must I come? Here comes a smiling Benz with this beautiful lady. Oh, Auntie.
She's the one. You were the one.
She spoke to the husband. The husband says, bring her to me. So I rode on to Takrady. The office is in Sekendio. So they took me to Takrady. Not knowing I was going to face the regional manager of Ghana Commercial Bank.
That was the short man.
That was the short man. The father of the child
that you carried.
He said, Auntie, in your mirror, I said, I know. But what motivated you to take somebody's daughter
and help her,
a child, when you are doing your shop? I said, I don't know. That's me. Do you have accounts? I said, no, I used to have. Because the boat has gone with my money. That I don't have. It's okay. I'm going to give you my personal money, loan. Work with it to build your account, and I'll give you an official loan. So I did. All of a sudden, Mr. Safo was transferred to Baby Annie. Oh, back to square one. I have 7 children, you know.
You have to look after them.
So the money went, I came back to square one. 4 years later, so I was left with very little money. So I was buying artificial flowers. That's what I was selling. I was so roving around in Accra when I heard somebody clap. I did not mind the person. A lady selling bananas said, Auntie, why the papa you away of fraud?
It's calling you.
Mr. Safo.
The same former bank manager, Dubiani, transferred.
Not knowing he has been brought to Accra to the high street to be in charge of export and import. So he was dealing with the Syrians.
Yes.
Auntie, he's a stammerer. Have fun. Bruh, he held my hand. He had come to open a big material shop. Took me there. Here is the lady whose son I carried. Nana. Oh, Auntie Mary, Auntie Soma. Oh. Fandama, take
stock to go and start your business again. Wow.
I was in the process of doing it. Mr. Safo held my hand. Come. He took me to all the Syrian shops selling clothes. Give her anything she wants. I'll pay if she doesn't pay.
Just one baby that you carried many years ago. And it led to this.
So, here am I, a millionaire.
In the 70s. So the Mr. Safo set you up?
Set me up. Then I met a friend who said I should stop selling clothes. Let us do supply stones.
Okay, quarry.
Kalan Okran sister. Not knowing she was duping me. A trip of stones that will cost, we should pay 8 cedis. She comes to tell me it's 12 cedis. So she was making money on each trip we supplied. She had no money. She was just a clerk at Black Star
Line.
The
shipping company that we
So
used to
I
have.
was giving her the money. Before I realized this woman has duped me, we supplied stones for the pension house. I was just paying a visit when an engineer came and said, Auntie, we have heard that those supplying stones are women. I said, I am what? I'm the one. I said, we don't like this stone. This stone is 8 cedis. We like the 12 cedis one.
That's how come you found out you were
I
being
said,
broke.
no. It's 12 cedis. He says, no. So when my friend came, I said, oh, Florence, they say we should supply 12 cedis. Massacre.
Straight up.
Where's my money? I have no money. When I get it, I'll give you. Oh!
She had the boldness to tell you that.
Back to square one.
Yeah. Second time.
Hey.
And this is happening in the 70s?
Yes.
At some point in time?
Yes.
Yes.
The boat is gone. My money, my small money too, is gone. I couldn't go to Mr. Safo again.
No.
Then I went to my cousin who works with Minister of Foreign Affairs. Forua. So Forua, here am I. I'm back to square one. Oh. Then I'll introduce you to my boss. Because my boss gives tipper trucks, supplies tipper trucks to contractors. So I said, okay, then I will first of all start with Hausa. When I went to Kenneth Slater and he saw me, I told him my story. He said, what? You are caring for how many? 7 children? What? Miss Afro, come. Give this woman as many work as you can. Here am I, no money. I came to the quarry, the chief of this place, what do you?
The Shire area, Osudoku.
No, here. The chief of this Malam was working. I won't say a labor. Was breaking stones. As soon as he saw me, he said, Auntie Bra, Manembaba. Why me trade? Money started coming little by
Okay, so you are now in the quarry business.
in the quarry business.
Supplying stones.
Now, the lady who viewed me, Miss Okra, went to tell the bank manager of
Commercial?
no,
Barclays? Snapchat?
no,
SSB?
no, the Farmers Bank.
Okay, Agric.
Agri
ADB.
Bank. That I what broke the camel's back? I owe so much in second D that I have run away. But it's so strange. My bank managers had always been my best friends because they helped me.
Of course.
So I just met my friend on the staircase from the director, from the bank manager. So when I went to the bank manager, Mr. J, to ask for favor, he said, "Did you see your friend?" I said, "Yes, I saw her on the stage." He said, she has just come to tell me that you're a broke woman and that you owe so much in Secondary Takrady Bank commercial. That is why you have run. I said, "Oh, can you talk to the manager?" So he said, "It is not done, but I'll do it." I said, "Do it." I used to have a passing word with the bank manager in Takrady. He says, a crewman said, when David killed Goliath, he said, "Sio Ure." So whenever he sees me, he's "Sio Ure." So he talked to the man. The man says, "Look, this is a very honest woman. When she takes money and she doesn't get the right thing, she brings the money back." As soon as the manager put the phone down, he said, "Go and get yourself a pro forma invoice. I'm going to buy a tipper truck for you." I came down. What do I do? During the 1960 strike that threatened Nkrumah,
Yes.
there were some young men I was feeding. I'm a very kind, I don't want to say, generous. So one of them was Kofi Sedo, who was a personnel manager, assistant personnel manager to Kweku Akeyenzu of the state insurance.
Okay.
So I went to see Kofi. He has a son called Kafui. Kofi Sedo. "Kofi, look at what has happened to me." And the manager says, "I should go and get a pro forma invoice. I don't know where. So let me take you to Bartholomew." So Kofi, because I had fed them when they were on strike.
And they hadn't forgotten.
60, they had forgotten. He took me there. Here, behold, we met at Ewe. Enya macha na straw. Enya hola ha.
Merci lo.
Mr. Clue.
Oh.
As soon as Kofi Sedo started, in a hana, he said, we have only 40 cheaper trucks coming, but the people have paid. And we have, all right, 2 surplus ones. I'll give 1. 10 is going to Takrady. Here is estimated. I'll give her 1. So he gave me the pro forma invoice. Then we brought it to the manager, bank manager, agri manager. He called a man called Edwards. "Edwards, work on this for me, eh?"
Boom.
Work. So when I came to Edwards said, "Auntie, when you get your tipper, I need some stones on my land." I said, "I'll supply you."
One time.
He worked, and I got the tipper. So I gave, Edwards went to show me the land.
You dropped the stones there.
So I came to Takrady to my bank manager. So Kofi Folsey said, "What did you do?" That they said this, that. So I told him the story, and I told him that for that reason, even because of what you said, I've got a tipper truck. But then he said, "No, let me take you to the Takrady Bartholomew." You have been with
GCB.
for a long time. We haven't given you a cheaper truck, and now
ADB.
ADB is giving. No, let's go. So my bank manager led me to Bartholomew in Chakra.
Yeah.
When we reached, I saw Edwards. The bank manager's name was Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
I sat. I was looking. The Bartholomew manager, the man who has the trucks. They spoke to each other. Then I said, "Sir, are you related to Mr. Edwards of GCB?" So he's my young brother. I said, "Oh, he asked for me to give him some stones, and I said, the land is for me." I sent Edwards to the university. I cared for him. So, you are the one who sent the stones. I'm giving you one.
You got another truck.
August, September.
2 trucks.
Brand new.
You became a contractor. So wow, what a story.
I brought the contract. I brought the tipper. That time, out of sympathy, Kenneth Slater has given me a house, 28 close.
Who was Kenneth Slater? Was he?
Kenneth Slater was the director of Housing Corporation.
Okay, State Housing.
State House. I was there one evening. I didn't know what to do with the trucks because there had been a coup, a change. I can't remember.
But this is not the Rolling School. So this is 72. If there was a coup, then it was a Champo.
Yes, yes. Here comes a short man. And I had visited my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Then Amani or somebody came to call me from my friend's house that a man wanted to see me. Hey, being some zone, I don't want to listen. But anyway, I came. In about 10 minutes, a man came. "Madam, can I hire your tipper?" I said, "What for?" "I'm building a house. I've almost finished. I need some sand from Boboese. And from my house to Boboese is not far." What I did was, I was the first person to be at Osofudazi area.
Mm-hmm.
So if I find a light, I'll come and say, if you need sand or stone,
come and see me.
Don't go and buy. Buy a diesel and I will supply you. That's free.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was doing. So when this man is also Safo,
mm-hmm.
when he asked if he could get a cheaper truck, they showed him that, look at the tippers there. That woman, she's going to give you for whatever. So that's why he came. So when I called my drivers, they were annoyed. They know I was going to do it was on a Sunday.
Mm.
I said, hey,
it's about work.
Come here.
Come and do the work.
The man was also, they went to do the work for him. He was going to pay. I said, no. Once you bought 1 gallon of diesel, 1 gallon.
You're done.
Go. He was going, then he came back. Auntie, what do you do with your tipper truck? I said, I have no work at the moment. Still, they looked at me. You know what? Then I told him that some people say I should go to Mr. Safo. I've given money, I'm a bribe. Mr. Safo. Mr. Nkanet. I said, this man is crazy. Tomorrow, go to Vanderpool at PWD. Ask him to take you to Mr. Safo. I said, I'm going to speak to Mr. Safo for you. So I thanked him. As early as 5 o'clock, as I was at PWD, do they start work at?
No, you've got to be there early. Yeah. What happened there?
That man also didn't come to work early.
Mm-hmm.
But when he came, he said, Sons was my name, Soma and Sons.
Mm-hmm.
Soma Sons, that time I've been familiarizing with the PWD for supply of stones also. But the work was not going on. Salifu was there. Take Soma Sons to Mr. Safo to the ministries. So I went, I filled my form. Mr. Kafui, people were going into Mr. Safo's room and coming. Mr. Safo never called me. But I was the secretary was typing some letters. Hey, so I will see Mr. Safo Otoo today. So this man has also deceived me. I was there when I had Bankmine. The lady had taken all the letters to the so-called Mr. Safo. He came back and said, Auntie, you are wanted. This is Mr. Safo who came for my car. Lorry, my boy. He said he was going to talk to lo and behold, he is Mr. Safo.
The same one.
The letters that the lady was typing were all for me.
That's how
I should go to all the regions for job.
Wow.
That was the Mr. Safo who came for my tipper truck.
Yes.
He was the regional, the national manager of PWD.
Public Works and
Yes.
Department.
Yes.
So you started getting business. What did you build?
You wait there. I'm coming there. Because my mother was old, I was supposed to go to Kafui Dey, to go to the north, to go to the east, to go to Volta. 8 letters. Everybody must give me a job. So I told Mr. Safo that, look, my mother is very old. So I would like a job in Secondary.
Western.
He telephoned to Mr. Clue. What's his name? An airway, tall as you. Said, I'm sending somebody there, give her a job. At that time, school for the deaf for the region, deaf and dumb, had been put into, they were bidding. So this man away again put me down and he made me reduce the prices of all those who had bid. I got the job. School for the deaf and dumb for the region.
You built it. That was your first job.
Big job. And because Mr. Safo had instructed, they were giving me special attention. They were giving me technical this thing. Oh, I had not finished. They said, go to Takwa to go and build bungalows for Ministry of Health.
You did that?
Doctors. Axim renovation. All because of one Sunday.
Yes.
The tipper I gave to Mr. Safo.
Exactly. To carry the stones and put on his property.
They went for sand at Bobwes. That's when it's very short.
Yeah.
So here am I.
So you've become a contractor now.
Then I became. My foreman was an engineer from one of these. He had trained Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia.
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 That was your foreman.
My foreman I was paying.
So it's exciting times.
So here am I.
And then 79.
G'day.
First of all, May 15.
G'day. G'day. Here comes Rollinso, Mabo. Come and see contractors running away. As soon as I heard the coup, what I do is, when they give me any advance, look, these frames were 79 frames.
On the building?
Yes. What I do is, I buy as much as I can materials so that I'm never short. But the young men, when they get when they advance them, women know them. So immediately I heard there was a coup.
June 4th.
I took stock of all the things I had and sent it to the Apramdo, the army, what do you call it?
Army barracks?
Our barracks. So the commanders stamped it as these goods are for the government. I was there in town. They say, army people have surrounded my house that I've hoarded. So my son, who is now the army, what do you call him?
Lieutenant Colonel in the U.S. Army? Okay.
Was with a friend. He knew I had not hoarded anything. He knew that the goods there were for the government. So he came and pushed the door, forced the door open. And then they saw the commander's signature on all the items. Whatever, louvers, locks, so many things.
Because you were doing government work.
Yes.
And so you had to
be accountable. The people were ashamed.
Around that time in 79, between June and September, when the government handed over to Liman, there was a lot of stories about people being beaten, people
Yes.
going to tribunals,
Yes.
people being
Yes.
asked to
Yes.
report.
I went to tribunal 3 times, but I was set free.
Tell us about the first time you
The
went.
first time I went, we were summoned. So because I was the treasurer of the whole Western Region Contractors Association, they summoned the executives, the chairman, myself, assistant chairman, the secretary. So we were the first to appear on the
tribunal.
How
did you hear that you were supposed to go to the tribunal?
They wrote to us.
Oh, okay.
Army people brought letters.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's your letter.
Yeah.
Come to the tribunal.
Yes.
Where did they have the meeting?
Yes.
Where did
they had it at the regional office.
Okay, in Sakeni Takrady.
In Sakeni Takrady regional office.
What were your emotions when you heard?
I was not scared at all. You know, I wasn't scared because I knew who I was. I know I hadn't done anything wrong. Now let me tell you. So I took my list, my everything. They called the chairman. The chairman came almost in tears, panicked. So they called me. As soon as I reached there, the chairman started. When first did you become an engineer? Who gave you the work? Who are you? I said, Meu.
You're dead.
So yeah. So I sat. Yes, you say what's your name? Soma sons. So it made everybody there annoyed. All the panel, they were annoyed with him.
This is the chairman of the tribunal
accusing me. Mm-hmm. So he started asking me questions. What is the mission of a concrete? I told him. He said, oh, good. Oh, you have done well. You know. He said, get out. Go out. So he drove me out. On my way, it's a long room. On my way, he followed me. Where is Joe? I didn't know what he was talking about. Because I was flabbergasted. I didn't know. I'll come to the house this evening. I'll come. See, it pays to be nice to people you meet on the way. They are the same people you shall meet when coming down. My mother, as soon as my children bring their classmates to the house, my mother will make sure they eat. She gives them money. It's because she says their parents are far. That's my mother. So in the evening was a pickup, a Peugeot, a Jeep. Here comes this man.
The guy,
the man who
in charge of the tribunal. The man who disgraced you.
Who disgraced me. Ma, I'm sorry. When I saw you, I didn't know what to do. You are my mother. Do you remember me? Small boy, now you are. He said, no. He was pulling his hat and his cap back. Look at me. I said, I can't remember you. He said, when I saw you, something cut into my heart. If this my mother is wrong, what can I do to her? But Mr. An engineer told me when I was doing that, look, you don't know this woman. Go and visit a site and you have nothing wrong. You see nothing wrong with her. So, this man. So, that made me stop. So, tomorrow, I have told the panel, we are coming to visit your site. Sorry for doing that to you. Where is Joe? Joe is in America.
Your son?
Yeah, my son.
Referring to your son?
Yeah. What is he doing? He's an anthropologist. So, where is the old woman who used to give us fish when we are eating? She's dead. That's why I'm in black. So he pulled his cap down and he observed some minutes silence for my mother. Then she said, okay, tomorrow we shall come to the site. When they came to the site, he was so happy because I have jumped 3 months ahead of what I'm supposed to do. Because I know how to treat my workers. I cook for them. Banchape say, well, the concrete problem, you want it. So even when it's 4 o'clock, they will close. They say, me, I've eaten. When I go home, I'm going to bath and sleep. So what? Oh, let me work. So I finished my job before time. Also, because of my instinct, my former instinct, I know the country is for me and the money is for my country. So look, as if somebody is watching. I was doing the right thing.
So you're trying to say that this chairman of the tribunal, was he a soldier?
A Navy officer.
So from the armed forces.
Yeah.
So he intentionally behaved that way
So that
to direct the attention away from you, so
Yes.
they won't ask you questions.
Yes.
Because he was afraid that
Yes.
you'd be
I
caught
had done wrong.
done something wrong. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah. So when he visited my site,
Uh-huh.
he stood there and said, he was so satisfied with my answer. They saw it. All of them saw it, even though he did not say anything.
Yes.
That means he's happy,
He's happy
I had
that
done the
you
right
passed the
thing.
test.
I had worked 3 months ahead of what I'm supposed to do.
How about the second and the third trips to the tribunals?
The third trip was a different man altogether. That one, it was about a renovation I did in Axim. And they mistakenly made it 50 million instead of 5 million. It's just a renovation. So they corrected it. They took me to the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
When I went, I found my own cousin. They had used a bottle to scrape to barb her hair.
What, a lady?
Yeah.
A woman?
Yeah.
The soldiers used a broken bottle to cut her hair.
Yeah.
For what?
For
what reason?
The reason is that she has hoarded flour. Yes.
So you knew other people who were treated
mistreated? They were there. They were there. We have been more. So when I went with a neighbor. And when I went, I took my because they told me that it was about a work I did in Axim. So I took all my documents. So when I went, they found out that it was 5 million, just a little job. Because if it were 50, I should have bidded for the job.
Yes.
Yeah, after 20 million, you bid. So 5 million. So they say, Auntie, go. So they brought me on their own jeep. Then another one at a bungalow.
Another tribunal meeting.
Another tribunal again. Well, as soon as I reached there, I greeted. Uncle, while others were shaking. Because I knew. So, Uncle, I said, then the chairman said, oh, Mami Onyeshi.
You're a thief.
Mami Onyeshi.
She hasn't done anything. Yeah.
Because of the men were shaking.
Yeah, but you were calm.
They asked me a few questions. I answered. I worked at the broadcasting, secondary broadcasting, and I did the work. So
no problems. Were you manhandled by any soldiers during that time?
No, never.
79?
Never.
Nobody did anything to you?
Never.
Although you knew other people who suffered?
Never, yes. But no, the question is, you were doing the wrong thing, to be honest with you. Rollins, me, I don't want to say things to hurt other people. You know, some people did this out of hatred. So some people were mishandled out of hatred. But many of the people were wrong. You know,
they were holding stuff.
The things we did was not good. You know, the things Ghanaians did was not good. You know, like when you want to buy toilet set, you find one toilet set. When a toilet set arrives in the country, the Kowus will go and take it, go and hoard about 200, 500. Then they will put one in front of a shop. You buy it 3 times the price. Then they go and bring it one by one. You know.
So the whole thing was going on. Kalabule. What do you think about Kalabule? Kalabule was a big deal in the 70s.
It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much.
What was the reaction of the people in the Western region when...
The ordinary people were happy about Rollins.
They were happy about Rollins?
Yes, about Rollins.
There was jubilation?
Yes. It was the rich people who were hoarding that were annoyed with him. But the ordinary Ghanaian,
they were happy.
They are even talking about him.
Today?
Today.
I read, and some people have told me that when the generals were executed, when Achampong and Utuka were executed, there was shouts, let the blood flow, and people were happy. When that happened, where were you? You were in
Yes,
Western region?
but as for me, to be
Mhm.
honest with you, because of my Christian principles,
Mhm.
I knew what he was doing was military.
Mhm.
But with my Christian principles, I wasn't happy.
You were not happy with executions.
But I wasn't happy. Even though I knew that they were wrong. I expected some imprisonment or something.
Were you shocked?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it. Mm. Is it true that Ghanaians kind of jubilated when these things happened?
Yes, many. Oh, the ordinary people were happy.
They were happy.
Oh, they were happy. Because the hardship was too much. Yes. The thing is there. They say it's not there. I needed 1 gallon of brake fluid, and the woman had ordered it in the she had over 2,000.
How did you know?
Later on, they discovered.
But she said she didn't have it.
Yeah, they discovered. And she will come with about 10 to Accra. And the price, what does a woman, how can a woman come by brake fluid? Brake fluid is for the
mechanics,
mechanics
the
and the petrol stations to sell.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you get brake fluid?
In who?
In who? You know.
Maybe she's a wholesaler.
Well, how? You see, they were doing a lot of things. A lot. So out of anger, the soldiers were pleasing the common men. That's why they were mishandling them. And the common one was pleased.
So that was the story back then in 79.
Yeah, but with my religious Christian principles,
you couldn't agree.
I didn't like.
What do you think? Because you lived through all these periods, 57, even before independence, the independence.
Sometimes
66.
I become very sad seeing this country. I was very sad. Why should you hoard from your fellow Ghanaian? It saddened me. What's
the biggest lesson we can learn from the events of 79 that you think young people should learn, or Ghanaians should learn?
Well, we should be loyal to our country. The loyalty is not there. That's all. The love for our country is not there. That's all. If you love me, keep my commandments. If you love me, you won't hurt me. You won't spoil me. You won't destroy my things. But when a Ghanaian sees a government property, he doesn't care. I said, follow. He has a CPP. And there's some greedy people also came into the show. But we, the sincere, honest people, the government in Azi, it belongs to me.
So the government stuff is your stuff.
It belongs to me.
So you can't steal from yourself.
No. It belongs to me. I told the man, Babiani, he took me to where they were refining gold, because I had organized a demonstration. So he was afraid. So he invited me. I went. He asked me to eat breakfast with him. I said no.
This is a white man.
He's a white man. He's called Manager Keynes.
Okay.
CANNES.
He was in charge of a gold.
Babiani gold mines.
Yeah. This is before
independence. He invited
independence.
me to his house for a breakfast. I said no. If it were bread up, I say and banchi, yes. But quicker oats, I wouldn't take it. I don't know. My mother is a Ghanaian, black. I didn't eat with him. So later on, he took me to the room where the gold is being refined. It's so beautiful.
Describe it. What did you see?
It's like a towel on the
machine?
towel.
Like a sheet. Okay.
on something like
a platform.
a platform, and the water is coming, jingle, to clean, to refine the gold.
Yes.
We stood there for about 10 minutes. He wouldn't let us out.
So you're looking at the gold being refined.
Yeah. And I said, sir, it's all right. I've seen it. Let's come out. Then I told him that, manager, look, the gold is for me by divine right.
One time.
But legally, it's not for me. So let's come out. He was shocked. Me and him alone. That I could have said, okay, then give me. No.
It didn't cross your mind.
No. So he was so much impressed. So after we had come out of it, he said he had dismissed about 27 CPP members because they were late. If you are 1 minute late, he will dismiss you.
This is when you were a political activist.
Yes, that's why they called me to come.
Okay, to come and solve the issue.
Demonstrate. Yeah, solve the issue. So immediately we came out of the room. He said, Ama, I said, yes, I'm going to install your boys.
Mission accomplished.
So he installed them. The following day, they all went to work.
And you didn't have to take a bribe?
No. He thought I was going
to ask
it's
him.
Beautiful. No? Plenty. As big as this.
Huge.
Yeah. And all is gold. Yeah, it's coming. With water. Washing it, polishing it. Stood there for about 10 minutes.
I say, what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Let's go out.
Let's go. So people need to be loyal to the country.
To the country, that's all. If we become loyal to the country, finish.
How did Kwame Nkrumah instill loyalty in you? How did he teach you?
He will talk. And out of the talking, you get inspired. Look, I was at what square in London? Trafalgar Square. And a man came onto the platform called Professor Doss. He came on the platform, started condemning America. Look, a little white boy came to the platform after Professor Doss, started condemning Professor Doss. Look, a little white boy. Can a Ghanaian do that? Dr. Abakaseji he came with facts. America.
So we have to be loyal, we have to be bold.
Bold. Look, you have to love your country. That's all what we need now. We are not. And all of us are going. So you face your own. You are destroying your country. Destroy it. When I'm coming from Takrady and I see River Pra, tears automatically. I don't see how tears come, but they come. River Pra is gold, is brown.
Yeah.
Why?
The pride.
And I heard on the TV, on the telly that in 10 years' time, if you don't take it, we are going to import water to drink. What is this? Where is your loyalty to your country? I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to my motherland. You recite it for nothing. No.
So we've got to be loyal.
No.
And we've got to be bold.
Yes. And also, we should love one another. Everybody must be each other's keeper. Do away with hatred, jealousy, selfishness. Stop it. Stop it. It won't help the country. Then I mounted a platform in 1996 and I started counseling. In 1995, I went to Britain and this prophet, Salif Abankwa, came to Britain to have a crusade or whatever. I was late. My children took me there. I was late. So, not knowing Asalifu himself had not arrived, we were standing in front of the door and they were going to get me a place to sit. All of a sudden, I saw a crowd with them. I had never met Salifu before. But I saw a crowd with a man in front of. So when I was standing at the door, the gate, he passed, and 2 steps away, he came back. He says, "Madam, why?" I was like,
What are you saying?
"What? Who are you? Look, since you became matured, you have been caring for people's children, counseling them. Aren't you tired? Stop it. You've done enough." So my daughter called for Steve. He said, "You are really a prophet, sir. This woman to stop counseling, to stop helping other people's children. Prophet, you are joking."
It won't happen.
This is in London.
1996.
He said, "Ma, IAB. Are they? What to perform for 21 are they?"
What keeps you going though? Why do you do it still?
I don't know. It's an instinct in me. It's my mother.
God bless your mother.
Yes. Who sat and watched my infant head while sleeping on my cradle bed, and tears of me affection shed. When pain and sickness made me cry, he looked upon my little eyes, for fear of it that I shall die. My mother. He taught my infant slaves to pray and walk in God's sweet narrow way. May I ever forget him as I grew. My mother. When you are old and frail, my mother, my able hands shall be your helper, for I shall soothe your pains away. My mother. My able hands shall be your stay. I will hold you with my able hands when you are old and frail. And for I shall soothe your pains away. My mother. That's a mother. That's what I've been to other. Out of my counseling, I've supplied the Methodist Church with 10 ministers. They are here. I'll show you pictures. Last 3 weeks, I was in Secondary when the whole 16 dioceses of the Methodist Church voted me as the patron for the Boys and Girls Brigade for the whole 16 churches. This thing happened at the stadium in. That's the picture. They honored me at Swedru Stadium 3 weeks ago. They gave me. Is it? They voted me as a caring mother. If you don't go to brigade meeting, you are dead. I meet you, you are dead. And strangely enough, one of the pastors has been posted here. So he ran to Swedru to come and tell say, "Hey, grandma, Aunya, Ndaso Brume, Ndaso Brum, Bangkok Brigade Brum." They asked him what. He said, "You don't know this woman. The way she will beat you. You have done." He didn't go to Paris. Discipline.
That's what we need as well. Loyalty,
and discipline.
Courage, discipline. And thank you so much. Ama Soma.
Yes.
The action woman.
Now, my friend Maya Angelou, my cousin Nana Kobian Ketia went to, came from America. He said, "Ama Soma, you have got your copycat in America. She's Maya Angelou. She's coming down." When we met, she said, "Ama Soma." I said, "Maya."
The poet, the famous
same
poet.
bold voice, same height. We had hardly had a conversation. And she said, "Ama, you were wrongly born into this country." She traces her ancestry from Kwando. My Angelo comes from Kwando.
We receive her with Bobobo. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes. You were not wrongly born. You were rightly born here. You had to do what you had to do here in Ghana.
So, me and Maya, the day they were opening the Du Bois Center, she came. And when she had not come, people would say, "Oh, doctor." They thought it's
you.
Oh, doctor. Sorry. I said, "No. It's Ghanaian. Maya will come. Maya will come." With my voice.
Yes.
So when she came, Ama Soma, she was jumping like a child.
She could see herself in you.
Yes, in me.
And you could see yourself
in her.
Yeah. So wonderful.
You know, she she stands for the right. And I had always been so. When I was young, I was going to the police station through and from. My mother would say, "Hey, Ama Soma.
You know what? I think your name is a prophetic name, and this is where we'll end. I think God sent you to come and do things for us. The Soma is a good name.
Yes.
Yeah. And keep doing your stuff.
I was eating one day. I was eating one day when I went to sales. I was eating. I had begged for somebody to come home and give the police something. So I was eating. Then I remembered that I told the police to meet the woman at 6 o'clock. So I stopped my food and I was going to meet the woman with the money to give to the police because she has sold butter overpriced or whatever. There came the woman, not knowing the 10 cedis she was coming to give to the police. She had gone to the police to register, police station to register. You know what God did for me? You see this place? Look at, tell yourself. Look at the streets on that road. If somebody washes maize, will she throw the water there? What will motivate her to come and come and throw the water in the gutter? So when the woman gave me the money, and I wanted to give it to the police, they declined because they have seen that their fellow policemen were around, CID. So I was calling them to come and they wouldn't come. So I was sitting down with the money in my hand, standing. Then something asked me to sit at on top of the gutter. I sat there. There comes euphemism. To come and pour a pail of water. So when she poured it, I dropped the money. So the money went.
The money went off.
So I stood up and I said, "What do you want me for?" Say, "Come to the police. You are wanted by the police." There was nothing on me, so what can you do? I went to, they said they'll put me in cell. I said, "No, put me here." I was standing there when the commander of the police, I went to Lagos to bring bracelets to sell. Then somebody came to buy bracelets for me and brought a friend. That time, the bracelets had finished, but I had left one for myself. So when the friend brought the friend, the girl was so beautiful. So I gave her my own bracelet and I said not to let the friend even see. Not knowing she was the wife of the commander of the police for the region.
Even higher than the person who was there.
So we became a brother and a sister. Even when the husband goes wrong, the wife will come and tell them, Uncle, man, that kind of. So the driver of this man had gone on trek with the commander and could not sleep. So she was coming to the charge office just to sit when he saw me. Auntie, I was watching. Watch you.
If I arrested you, what did you do?
I told him. I was sitting down. They came and they said, yeah. So he went to another room, telephoned to the commander. So in about 1 minute or two, the phone rang. The man on duty said, "Auntie, go."
Yeah, go. More stories.
And so they said they were coming. I should report at the headquarters the following day. So the woman and the husband came. And the commander asked the woman, "Do you know this woman? Do you think this one is an ordinary woman? You see, you have brought trouble for yourself. Did you find the money on her?" Because I told the man honestly that the money went with the water.
Yeah.
He said, he asked the woman, "Did you see any money on her when she was arrested?" He said, "No." So where did she go? Did she go somewhere? No. She sat and you didn't find any money. You said from the police you came to, and they said, "No one. Not all people are ordinary. Remember."
And on that note, we end our conversation here. Not all people are ordinary. Remember that. It's been a memorable conversation with Ama Soma, aka Madam Mary Otoo, political activist, businesswoman, contractor, proprietor of My Child International School.
That
right
motivated me to establish 1996.
You've done very well.
Motivated me.
Done very well. Thank you so much for the memories of her life and the interesting events around 1979. Put your comments down in the area below, and then let's have a conversation on the times that this country has gone through. My name is Kafui Dey. Thank you very much for watching History Time. God bless.